High school football is back on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Tonight from Marion, Indiana, Week 2 football as the Delta Eagles take on the Eastbrook Panthers. Good evening. Hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight. These two football programs are meeting tonight for the first time in decades. Delta and Eastbrook have played 7 times in their histories. 6-1, a Delta advantage over Eastbrook. The last meeting in 1973. So you can do the math. It's been a long time since these nearby schools played each other on the gridiron. But it's a good matchup tonight. Couple of 1-0 football teams. Delta opened with a 35-6 win last Friday night over Muncie Central. And last Friday night it was Eastbrook coming from behind to beat Norwell 30-13. So a couple teams trying to go to 2-0. It would be the third year in a row Delta starts 2-0 if they could come up with a win here tonight for Chris Overholt, who is in his third year now, leading the Eagles program. He's 14-10 overall in his 3-year head coaching stint. You look at the near sideline here at home at Eastbrook, and you've got a legitimate Hall of Famer and legend coaching this team. Jeff Adamson in his 30th year. All he's done is go 256-84. Pretty darn good. State runners-up 2 years ago. They are a fantastic program, and I had a chance to meet him and chat with him before the game. Really nice guy, and certainly I told him it's always nice to shake the hand of a legend, and he is certainly that in the Indiana football coaching ranks. He is also an assistant principal here at Eastbrook, but the man knows how to coach football. And it's going to be an interesting matchup here tonight. Delta comes in unranked. Eastbrook is number 4 in the state in both the media poll, AP, and the IFCA, the Coaches Association rankings this week. They are a pretty good ball club and very talented when it comes to keeping the ball on the ground. They put up 360 total yards of offense last week, and 335 of those were on the rushing side. So they don't throw it much. They run their offense quick, and they run it well. It's going to be interesting to see how much of a handful they are for Delta's defense tonight. Delta comes in, kind of a changing of the guard. Charlie Spiegel is gone. He took his nearly 4,000 yards rushing in 2 seasons to New Palestine in a transfer. This is a Delta team that'll throw it more than it did a year ago, and they're more diversified than they were a year ago. 10 different guys had at least one carry in last week's win over Muncie Central. If you've been around Delta long over the last couple of years, you know that it was Charlie left, Charlie right, Charlie up the middle, 30 to 40 carries in the game sometimes, and very productive. But this team will look a little different and will function a little bit differently than the one you're seeing in the Delta sideline the last couple of years. Brady Hunt is the new quarterback at Delta. Zach Garner led the team at QB a year ago. He'll now play some running back, some wideout, some defensive back. And the sophomore Brady Hunt brings an awful lot to the table. He has the physical stature that the coach is looking for now in the classic quarterback. He's 6'5", he's 190, only a sophomore, can throw the ball through a tree. He's really a raw talent, and it's going to be fun to see how he grows up in that position over the next few years. But he has all the raw tools to really be an outstanding quarterback. Beautiful night for football, 72 degrees, partly cloudy, and now our Star-Spangled Banner. national anthem nicely performed by the Eastbrook High School Marching Band, and we're not too far away from the first couple plays in this football game tonight at Eastbrook High School. Mentioned before the anthem, it feels a little like fall today. It was mild, almost cool. It's 72 at game time, partly cloudy, a little bit of a breeze blowing from the south. That means it'll be going across the field from near to far. This field is laid out east and west here, just east of I-69, east of Marion in Grant County. Going to be a lot of fun to watch this one unfold. Last year, 13-1 for Eastbrook. Last winning season for Delta, Chris Overholt's first year at the helm when they went 8-5 in 2016, 5-5 a year ago, 1-0 right now. We'll take our first break. When we come back, the starting lineups, the flip, the opening kickoff for this one. It's Delta and Eastbrook. Don't go away. Ryan Beaver along with you next on Beaver Media and on the Dell Co-Preps channel. You stay right there.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. They're so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's the geometry teacher who mans the ticket window.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen and store managers who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the graduate who listens to the league championship game on the internet.
It's the parent who sells ads in the school athletic program.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
It's the trainers, equipment managers, and ball boys who never miss a practice.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
High school sports. It's the we that every community needs. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Eastbrook High School. We're almost set for the start of tonight's football game. The far side stands. A good little crowd up the road from Delta for this one, and a nice crowd here on the home side at Eastbrook High School for this one tonight between old rivals. When you go back to the late 60s and early 70s in your season series, you've been playing each other for quite a while, but not for a long time. For over 40 years now, they haven't played, but Delta and Eastbrook are renewing the rivalry tonight, and it should be a lot of fun. It's kind of a game of contrasts. Eastbrook is going to run it, and then run it some more, and Delta's going to run it, but throw a lot more than it did a year ago. In fact, the touchdown pass thrown last week by Brady Hunt was the first Delta throwing touchdown since that 2016 season. They went a whole year last year without throwing a touchdown pass out in Raritan. So it's going to be fun to see which style of football becomes the dominant one in this game tonight. Next week, it'll be Delta at home taking on Shelbyville in the Hoosier Heritage Conference opener for the Eagles. The Panthers will open their CIC season, the Central Indiana Conference, at Madison Grant a week from tonight. This is the typically week 2 is the end of the non-conference schedule for most teams in Indiana. A lot of 8-team leagues, and they play the last 7 games in conference, and that's typically what most of them do. You hear the crowd here at Eastbrook coming to its feet. Good home contingent, lots of cowbells I got a feeling that means they're about to take the field, and here they come. The Eastbrook Panthers, wearing all black at home, come out onto this beautiful artificial turf playing field. And we're not too far away from getting it on here in eastern Grant County. Delta will take the field, and here they come to our left. They'll be in the road uniforms, the white jerseys with blue lettering and gold trim, navy blue pants, navy blue helmets with a Delta logo on one side and the player's jersey number on the other. So really nice scene for high school football, and we're about set to get this one underway tonight. Great having you along.
And now the defensive starters.
Glad you could loan us your ears for a couple hours.
Number 84.
Here are the
Alex
starting
Baker.
lineups.
At an end, number 18, Mason Hale. At nose, number 61, Brandon Davis. At tackle, number 60, Jake Donaldson. At tackle, number 72, Josh Rogers. At linebacker, number 24, Zane Kirby. At linebacker, number 49, Clay Dalton. At linebacker, number 25, Drew Cochran. At safety, number 26, Jackson Ailstock. At corner, number 28, Eddie Kiesling. And at corner, number 15, Justin Singer. Head coach of the Panthers is Mr. Jeff Adamson.
Those were the defensive starters for the hometown and home team Eastbrook Panthers as they mob each other in the center of this stadium. We're about set to go. The captains will come out and reenact the coin toss shortly. Here's the offensive starting lineup for Delta tonight. Brady Hunt will be the quarterback. The running backs are Wesley Stitt, Dawson West, and Brady Pease. The wide receivers are Cameron Levers and Dalen Case. The interior linemen, Evan Conley, Mason Hunt, Riley Wooden, Derek Markham, and Brady Edwards. Size advantage up front for Delta on both of the offensive and defensive lines tonight. Eastbrook will give up some size, maybe gain an advantage in quickness. We'll wait and see how it all irons out. Eastbrook and Delta sending their captains to midfield now. We'll be getting the reenactment of the coin toss, and we'll be getting this one underway in just a few moments. Good crowd here tonight. This is a pretty good matchup. I know John Harrell and the Sagarin folks have picked Eastbrook by a touchdown, I believe, which you line up and play on the grass, or in this case, the artificial turf. Eastbrook has won the toss. They have deferred. Delta is going to get the ball to start the game, and they're going to defend the east goal line. That means they'll be moving right to left across your imagination in the first half. So the captains shake hands. They go back to the sidelines. We're all but set to get underway here tonight, just east of Marion, Indiana, out on Indiana 5, if you're Googling it. So Delta will get the first crack at the ball and the scoreboard. Get our first look at sophomore quarterback Brady Hunt. 8 out of 12 a week ago through the air, 122 yards, a pair of touchdowns. Wesley Stitt was Mr. Gaudy a week ago tonight, scoring 4 times, 2 on the ground, 2 more in the air. Wes is having a great start to his junior season. In fact, those were his first touchdowns ever as a varsity player. Speaking of Wesley Stitt, he'll be the lone deep man for Delta and around his 10-yard line. Eastbrook will tee it up here shortly and get this one underway. Zane Schultz is the kicker for Eastbrook, comes from a kicker's family. Coach says he's got a pretty solid leg, and I watched him warm up, and I concur he's a pretty good-looking young kicker. Senior has it teed up on the far hash mark near the Delta sideline. You hear the crowd come to life. The signal to play is given. Here comes the approach, the kick, high, end over end, but short. Stitt takes it on the run at the 15. 20, 25, got a gap to the 30. Stutter steps to the 35-yard line.
Number 2,
Nice
Wesley
return
Stitt, the ball carrier. Tackle
for
was
Wesley
made by
Stitt.
number 11,
It'll be
Justin
1st and
Vance
10
for the
Delta.
Panthers.
Officially, they're going to put him down at the 36-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles on the 36-yard line.
So the Eagles get the first crack. Let's see what they do with it in their first possession tonight. That was a good 21-yard return on the kickoff by Wesley Stitt. Dalen Case wide here on the near side, man wide right, short drop, throw, tipped at the line of scrimmage, deflected. It looks like it might have been Mason Hale who got his hand up and batted it down. An incomplete pass, 2nd and 10. Hale, of course, is one of the two-way players for Eastbrook. He's also a quarterback. Little dinged up, I'm told. 2nd and 10, Delta just underway at the 36-yard line. Under center, the handoff straight ahead. It's Bedwell, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. He may have lost a yard. It'll be 3rd and long.
Tackle was made by number 18, Mason Hale for the Panthers.
Hale gets credit for the stop.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Loss of 1. 3rd and long. 11 yards to go for Delta at their own 35. First 40 seconds of the game. Man wide here on the near side for Delta is Spencer St. John. Short drop. Throw here in the flat. Caught by Stitt. Turns it upfield, but only for about 3 yards. Beautiful open field tackle by Clay Dalton out there. Gain of 4 yards, and it's 4th down. First catch of the night by Stitt. It'll be a punting situation for the Eagles. Line of scrimmage, the Delta 38-yard line. On to do the punting. Zach Garner. 2 and deep men for the Panthers at their own 30. Good snap, no rush. Nice high wobbly kick. Taken at the 32 and brought here to the near sideline with running room down the sideline to midfield to about the 45-yard line. Terrific return by Eastbrook. Eddie Kiesling brings it back about 20 yards, and great field position for Eastbrook to open the night at the Delta 48-yard line.
10 for the Panthers on the Eagles 48-yard line.
Panthers will run a hurry-up offense, very similar to what Mount Vernon has done for years with the double wing formation. Huddle in a phone booth is what I call it. Very tight spacing, and they hand it up the middle, bounce to the outside here, and a nice run on 1st down. It looks like it's Kirby. It is Kirby. Got about 9 yards to make it 2nd and short.
Gain of 8 on the play makes it 2nd down and 2 for the Panthers.
2nd and 1. Quick handoff to the left side. Bounced out toward the sideline. It's going to be enough for a 1st down as the Delta defenders converge and knock him out of bounds at around the 36-yard line. Lever's on the stop, and that's the first down of the night by Eastbrook at the Delta 38-yard line. 1st and 10. Man in motion this way. They'll fake it to him. They're going to throw it. Flushed out of the pocket, rolling right. Hit as he throws, incomplete out here near the sideline. Wesley Stitt buried him. Was a step from a sack. Pass falls incomplete to make it 2nd and 10. So just as advertised for the Panthers, they're going to throw it only when they really think they need to or want to. Otherwise, they're going to run it. Here's a misdirection give to the left side. Nice job by Delta to seal it off for a short gain. That was Hunt on the tackle, a solo stop. Give him a gain of 3.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
3rd and 7. Delta 34-yard line. Handoff straight ahead. It's going to be near the stick, but I think about a yard short. Kirby with the carry that time for the Panthers. He got all but 2 that he needed. They're going to go. Hand off straight ahead. They get the first down and then some, all the way to the Delta 24-yard line. Kirby with the carry again.
Made by number 34, Brady Pease for the Eagles. The first down.
He moves it all the way to the Delta 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Second first down of the drive by Eastbrook. They're knocking on the red zone door at the Eagle 24. Here's a handoff to the fullback. Straight ahead, Kirby twisting his way forward. Got to around the 18-yard line. Pickup of 6 for Kirby, who's having a nice game already in the first quarter. 2nd and 4. Now in the red zone at the Eagle 18-yard line. 8:34 with the clock rolling here in period number 1. No score. Panthers threatening. Fullback handoff again to Kirby. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage. That didn't fool anybody. Hunt was there. So was Garner to stop Kirby. Got about a yard.
No gain on the play. Makes it 3rd down.
3rd and 5. Fat 4, short 5. Hand off left, sweep left, look out, nice hit on the edge, but he bounced off the first hit and got just enough for the first down. I think that was Snyder who got the misdirection handoff, and he took it for the first down all the way to the 13-yard line. 1st and 10, Eastbrook. 3rd first down of the game. They'll sweep it right side, turned up field on the corner, buried at about the 8-yard line. That was Eddie Kiesling, who gained 3 to make it 2nd and 7.
Gain of 4 on the play makes it 2nd down.
Delta trying to stop the Panthers, who have put together a nice opening drive. They had great field position starting this one at the Delta 48. They've moved it to the Delta 8-yard line. Motion should be a flag, is a flag. That should be against Eastbrook all day and twice on Sunday. We'll wait and see. Referee gives the signal, and it's procedure against Eastbrook.
Call against the Panthers.
That was the one area they had trouble in last week. They had 10 penalties in that game against Norwell. They trailed in that game but scored the final 20 points to win, 30-13. That backs Eastbrook back to the Delta 13-yard line. 7:15 to go first quarter in a scoreless game. Double handoff, a sweep left. That's going to be Snyder. A man in front of him. Heads for the end zone. Can't get there. Great open field tackle by Cam Levers. Stops him at the 8-yard line. If he doesn't get him, that's probably a touchdown. Wow.
Brings up 3rd down and 6.
3rd 6. Panthers going again. They'll keep it on the ground. Straight ahead. Tackle broken down near the 5. Inside the 5 to the 4 as they push the pile back a little bit late. Kirby got the call in the carry and the tough yardage. 4-yard line. Make it the 4-yard line. He's a yard short. Hand off straight ahead. Looks like they got just enough for the first down. Kirby again with the carry. And he got 2 yards. And another first down. 4th first down of the drive by the Panthers as they knock on the end zone door. 1st and goal at the Delta 2. Midway through the first quarter. Rarity here. The Panthers will go back in a huddle. They've been running no huddle most of this drive.
On the 2-yard line.
1st and goal from the Delta 2. Panthers try to get the first score of the night. They'll try it right side. Last man through, last man in. Touchdown, Eastbrook.
Number 28, Eddie Kiesling.
Kiesling with the 2-yard dive for the score, and it's 6-0 Eastbrook. Beautiful drive by the Panthers. They took it right down Broadway. On to try the PAT. Schultz. Hold. Spot kick. It hits the left upright, but goes through good. The blessed life of a kicker. 5:51 to go in the first quarter. It's Eastbrook 7, Delta 0 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. Eastbrook about to kick it away as they lead 7-0. Nice high end-over-end kick. Drives. Stood all the way back to his 7. Running room to the 15. Now to the 18. Tries to cut back. Gets his way to the 20-yard line on a tough 13-yard return for Wesley Stitt. Delta will open this drive at its own 20-yard line. Second time the Eagles have had the ball. They couldn't get anything going the first time, punted it away to Eastbrook, and they went right down the field doing the cha-cha to make it 7-0. Under center is Brady Hunt. Hands off, sweep left. That's Pease. Pease powers his way to the 25-yard line for a pickup of 5. Nice run by the senior. Fantastic athlete. He may be a little dinged up. He's going to come off. Pease is. So they'll have to replace him at running back. Wesley Wooden checks in. Bedwell is also in the backfield. A man wide here on the near side. Also a man in the slot this way. Play action. Roll out. Short throw. Caught by Bedwell for no gain. Terrific open field tackle. No gain on that one.
Tackle was made by number 25, Drew Cochran for the Panthers.
Catch that time for the Eagles by St. John. Again for no yards. That'll make it 3rd and 5. And really, more like 6. If you don't get 6, you won't get the first down. Man here wide on the near side for the Eagles is Peyton Lehman. Back to throw. Has time. Throws. Caught. Good enough for the first down. That's Lehman with the catch and the first down all the way to the 36-yard line. 11-yard hookup. A nice throw. Better catch. 1st and 10 Eagles there first. First down of the night. They've got a fresh 4 at their own 36-yard line. 4:20 to go first quarter. Eagles going back to work. Man in motion is Stitt. Jet sweep to him right side. Breaks the tackle. Works his way forward for a short gain, about 2, maybe 3 yards. They'll spot him down just outside the 38-yard line. Gain of 3 and make it 2nd and 7. Little jet sweep that time to the motion man. Delta will huddle traditionally and way back like in the old days on offense. They're a good 10 yards back off the ball when they huddle. Case wide here on the near side. A man across the way as well. 3 men in the backfield for Hunt. Play action. Give misdirection to the last man through, and he gets buried. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Great job inside by the Eagles. Break at the Panthers defense. The carry was by Wes Wooden. And he just didn't get anything. In fact, a loss of 1. Make it 3rd and 8. Delta trying to convert. Deep drop. Time to throw. Over the middle. It's in and out of the hands of the receiver and then nearly intercepted, but incomplete. St. John couldn't get it. It was thrown hard. Incomplete pass. 4th down. Another punting down for Delta. Zach Garner will stand waiting on the snap. It is 23. Line of scrimmage is the 38. Two deep men waiting on the kick at the Panther 35. Good snap, no rush. High, end over end punt. It's going to drive the receiver all the way back to the 20. He'll let it roll. It's going to go down inside the 15-yard line. Wow. That's a 47-yard punt, no return. We'll keep it right here. Nicely done by Zach Garner. That was an artificial turf roll, and I used to be a punter, so I'll take some credit for that. 1st and 10, Eastbrook will start its second drive deep in its own territory at the Panther 15-yard line. Short field the first time, and the Panthers converted to make it 7-0, and that's where we are with 2:53 to go in the first quarter. Let's see what the Panthers do on 1st and 10 and inside their own 15-yard line. Long wait on the snap, man in motion. The give is inside and not much running room at all. That was very likely Kirby. It was Kirby. 2 tough yards. He's the pounder inside for this ball club. Carried over 20 times last week for some tough yards inside. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Final 2:30 of the first period. Rolling right. Sweep. Quarterback keeper. Hale has it. Stiff arms the man. Gets outside the 25. He's going to be near another first down, depending on the spot. They'll give him a gain of 10 and a first down for the Panthers on a nice keeper by Hale. Unofficially 5 first downs in the game by Eastbrook compared to 2. Make it 1 for Delta. Fresh 4 downs from the 27-yard line in Eagles. Primetime stop-'em territory if they can get off the field. Handoff comes straight ahead again, and I believe Kirby gets the call on the carry again. It's going to be Singer this time for virtually no gain.
No gain on the play. Makes it 2nd down and 10 for the Panthers.
2nd down, 10 yards to go. Eastbrook driving left to right, west to east here with a 7-0 lead. Under 2 minutes to go first quarter. Misdirection handoff. Delta has none of it. 2 men are there to stop him. Kirby had a tough meeting with Hunt and Drown. Best defensive play of the night so far by the Delta defense to make it 3rd and 10. Let's see if they go to the air. They've only thrown it 1 time tonight as Eastbrook. Wide out, split on both sides. A slot man on the top. That's the left side. Drop. Screen pass in the middle. It's caught for a gain of about a yard, if that. Singer took the catch. They're going to say no gain on the screen pass.
Brings up 4th down and 10 for the Panthers.
And that brings up 4th down. 10 yards to go. Punting down for Eastbrook. The ball at the Panther 27. Delta deep man standing at his 39. Looks like Stitt. Let's see if they can get a good return. Good snap, no pressure. Good kick, high, wobbly. It's going to hit and roll. Goes all the way inside the 20. It might go to the 15 on this artificial turf. Eastbrook will kill it just outside the Delta 15-yard line. 35 seconds to go, first quarter. Eastbrook 7, Delta nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the game. Deep throw on first down, the far sideline. It is it caught? Might be intercepted. No one has made a signal across the way. The man with the football is an Eastbrook defender who just runs to the end zone. They're going to say incomplete 10 seconds after the play. All right. That'll bring up second down.
Number 15, Justin Singer.
And in fairness to the officials, I think no one had a very good look at that because of where the throw was deep down the far sideline. Call it incomplete, 2nd and 10. I think that was Levers out there trying to make the connection. Man wide each way on 2nd and 10. Handoff inside. About 8 guys in black are there to meet the ball carrier. No gain at best, most likely, as they unpile. That was Bedwell with the carry. No gain, 3rd and long.
Zane Kirby for the Panthers. Brings up 3rd down and 10.
See if the Eagles go back to the air on 3rd down. They'll have to wait, though. You heard the siren in the background. That means the first quarter has come to a close. We've played 12 minutes in Grant County at the first stop. It's Eastbrook 7, Delta nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Brian Beaver back with you in Grant County. We've played a quarter. It's Eastbrook out in front of Delta, 7-0. We flipped the field, and it's a long flip with Delta at its own 16-yard line. Eagles will be moving left to right now, west to east. Whatever breeze there is a crosswind tonight, blowing from near side to far side. 3rd and 10 for the Eagles, trying to get something rolling. Under center is Hunt. He'll drop, look to throw, has time, man over the middle, he throws, it's tipped in the air, intercepted on the deflection at the 44-yard line. Drew Cochran with the pick. 1st and 10 Eastbrook.
On the 44-yard line.
Said it a million times. Tipped balls are the scourge of the offense. That happens a lot. It hung right in the air for Cochran. And it's 1st and 10, Eastbrook at the Delta 44-yard line. On 1st down, rolling, throwing deep down the middle. He's got a man wide open. It's going to be caught. Touchdown. Terrific throw and catch. 44 yards, and I think that was Dylan Bragg at quarterback who made that throw, and it goes all the way for an Eastbrook touchdown. Looked like he hit Kirby out of the backfield. Wow. Unbelievable. On to try the PAT is Schultz. Kicking into the sunset. Good snap, good hold. Kick on the way. It looks good, and it is. First play of the second quarter. Eastbrook puts its second touchdown on the board. 11:44 to go before halftime. Eastbrook 14. Delta nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Who do I swim for? I swim on my high school team for my mom, who gets up at 5 o'clock every morning to take me to practice.
I swim for hugs from my teammates, spaghetti dinners, and my lucky neon green goggles.
I swim for Coach Murray, who pushes me to dig deep and finish strong.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline. Skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens.
Most of all, I swim for myself because I learn more about who I am and who I want to be every time I dive into the pool. That's who I swim for.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Brian Beaver back with you at Eastbrook High School. The Panthers have struck again, leading 14-0, kicking to Delta. Stitt will take it near the sideline at his 6-yard line. Now turns the corner, goes the opposite way, tries to take it far side, can't get any running room. Returns it to about the 14-yard line. It's been all Eastbrook so far. Panthers are playing great with a 14-point lead and a bucket full of momentum. Delta will start with bad field position again. They've had it at the 16-yard line the last 2 drives. They've got to go 84 yards to score. Split here on the near side is Lehman. On the far side, it appears to be Case. Sophomore quarterback Brady Hunt under center. They got a lot of work to do. He'll give the handoff, sweep left to Stitt. Stitt's got nowhere to go but to the ground. He's going to lose yardage on that carry. Dropped about -2 there to make it 2nd and long. Eastbrook is dominating the line of scrimmage, and we talked about that trade-off earlier, size or quickness, size or quickness. Right now, quickness is winning that one. Loss of 2 for Stitt, 2nd and 12. Eagle ball at their own 13-yard line. Rolling right, throwing in the flat, caught. Could be a big one out across the 20, 25, 30. Bedwell gets drilled. The ball pops out of his hands into the air to the Panther bench, but it's going to be a first down. He'll take that any night of the week. They move it from the 12 to the 34-yard line. 22-yard pass and catch from Hunt to Bedwell. Nicely done out in the flat. 1st and 10. Only the 2nd first down of the game so far offensively by the Eagles. Nice throw that time under pressure by the sophomore Hunt as he rolled right. Ball on the near hash. 1st and 10. Stitt in motion. Little jet sweep left side. Makes one man miss. Gets to the corner. Gets around the corner for about 3 yards to the 37, maybe the 38-yard line. They're going to give him a fat 3 to make it 2nd and 7.
Makes it 2nd down and 6 for the Eagles.
Eagles are finally out of the shadow of their own end zone here with 2nd and 7 at the Delta 38-yard line. Man far side is Lehman here on the near side. The wideout is Case. Again, Hunt drops, throws, has time, goes over the middle. It's caught by Dalen Case. Good for another Delta first down all the way to the Eagle 47-yard line, a gain of 9. Back-to-back first downs. That'll make it 1st and 10.
On the 47-yard line.
Man near side is Case. They look to throw to him. He's open. He's got it at the 45, now to the 43-yard line in Eastbrook territory, very close to a first down. Let's see where they spot him. Looking at it from the eyeball here, he's right on the stick. 9-yard gain. 2nd and 1. Good time to think about a throw if you want on 2nd and less than the length of the football. Right in front of me at the Eastbrook 47. Play action. Hunt rolling left, under pressure, throwing a deep ball. He's got a man out there. It's going to be thrown out of bounds. St. John, even if he had managed to catch it clean, was going to be out of bounds. Incomplete. Throw is a few yards off the field to make it 3rd and less than 1.
3rd down and 1 to the Eagles.
So Delta with 3rd and less than a yard. They need about the length of the ball. to roll this one over. Nose of the ball just outside the Eastbrook 47. 9:11 to go, second quarter. Panthers 14, Eagles nothing. You hear the fans come to life. Quarterback sneak by Hunt, straight ahead running. He's got the first down to the 40-yard line.
Tackle was made by number 76, Newt Whittaker.
Good old quarterback sneak. It's not pretty. It ain't sexy. It doesn't get tweets on Twitter, but it does get a first down. Best drive of the night so far by Delta. They started at their 16. They're now to the 40-yard line in Panther territory. 3 first downs on this drive. Eagles are starting to figure it out a little bit, trailing 14-0. Under center, Hunt. Short drop. Throws in the flat. In and out of the hands of Zach Garner, who tried to catch it twice, had it slip out twice like a wet bar of soap. 2nd and 10. Last year, Garner was the guy quarterbacking the team. This year, he's the guy trying to put the clamps on the pass, and that time, like I said, like a wet bar of soap in the shower, twice. Then it went to the turf. 2nd and 10. Incomplete pass stops the clock at 8:41 to go, second quarter. Eagles really need to get a score on this trip. Get back in the game. Hunt, deep drop, will throw left side. Bingo! Picked off at the 32-yard line. Taken down the sideline. This might be a big one. All the way to the Delta 37-yard line.
Justin Singer.
Justin Singer with the interception. His second of the year, second one of the night. By Eastbrook. Snuffs out a good Delta drive.
On the 37-yard line.
2 turnovers by the Eagles, and they've been major headaches. 1st and 10, Eastbrook in Delta territory at the Eagle 37-yard line. On first down, heading around the left corner. Man with the ball trips up. It's the quarterback, and it's the new man, Dylan Bragg, on the keeper for a gain of 7 yards.
Gain of 7 on the play makes it 2nd down and 3 for the Panthers.
Here on the near sideline now, the ball on the left hash, easy communication for Jeff Adamson and his ball club. Man in motion. They'll sweep it right side. Kirby tries to cut it upfield, gets a couple of tough yards. Going to be close to another first down as they unpile at about the 26-yard line.
Be a first down for the Panthers.
Give him a first down. Nice carry by Kirby.
1st and 10 on the 26-yard line.
26-yard line of Delta. Gives to the right side. Kirby slips through one tackler, spins his way forward for a very tough yard or two. Delta put it on him. Logan Drown gets credit for the stop on a gain of 1. Kirby is not real big. They list him at 5'8" and 180, but he's a strong 180 and runs low to the ground. Sweep left side this time. Running room to the 15. Inside the 15 to around the 13-yard line. Nice call and carry that time. New carrier in the game was Zeke Brinkard, and he got enough for the first down to the 27-yard line. 1st and 10. Option play right. Quarterback is going to keep it. Take it to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Is he in? No signal yet. There it is. Touchdown. Eastbrook. Dylan Bragg, a 13-yard keeper for the score. And it's 20-0 Eastbrook. Beautiful quick drive by the Panthers. They've scored on their last 2 possessions. The backup QB keeps it, says, let me get some. Schultz on to try his 3rd PAT. It's on the way. Plenty of leg. It's good. 7:02 to go in the first half. It's been all Eastbrook so far. It's the Panthers 21, the Eagles nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
It's the geometry teacher who mans the ticket window.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen and store managers who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the graduate who listens to the league championship game on the internet.
It's the parent who sells ads in the school athletic program.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
It's the trainers, equipment managers, and ball boys who never miss a practice.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
High school sports. It's the we that every community needs. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Kickoff comes to Stitt, straight up the field to the 20, to the 24-yard line. Welcome back to the game. Eastbrook leading now 21-0. They give it back to Delta, and the Eagles have major work to do, trailing by 3 scores.
On the 24-yard line.
Here in the second quarter. Unofficially, 8 first downs for Eastbrook, just 4 for Delta. And turnovers have really hurt the Eagles. That last interception snuffed out what was a promising drive deep in Eastbrook territory. Hunt will go back under center. Now whistle on the dead ball. The officials have an issue of some kind. And now we're set to go. Eagles on the near hash. That's the right side as they move it left to right. Under center. Hunt gives to Wesley Wooden, who's hit and dragged down at the 20-yard line. It's a loss of 4.
By number 18, Mason Hale for the Panthers. Loss of 4.
Wes Wooden in the backfield just had nowhere to go with it. Another tackle for loss for Eastbrook, and they've really looked good defensively here in the first half. 2nd and 14. Eagles will bring Dalen Case wide near side, St. John wide far side. Movement on the line. One of the defensive linemen jumped briefly, but was he drawn? It's offside encroachment technically against Eastbrook. Josh Rogers jumped, got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Cost them 5 yards. So Delta goes from 2nd and 14 to 2nd and 9. Only the second penalty in the game against Eastbrook. Delta hasn't been penalized yet. Panthers took 11, make it 10 hankies a week ago in that victory over Norwell. 5.5 minutes to go before halftime. Eagles need to get on track. Throw to Stitt in the flat. Shakes a tackler, but slips and falls at the 26. Make it the 31.
Number 2, Wesley Stitt. Tackle was made.
It's a gain of about 6 yards.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 to the Eagles.
Stitt with his 3rd catch. Hunt has already thrown unofficially 14 times in the game. Gets you back to Conversion City, though. It's 3rd and the better part of 3, maybe a fat 3, a short 4. Delta really needs to get something going. They have not looked good in the first half. Hunt at her center. Short drop. Looks left. Throws left. Gets caught out in the flat. A sliding catch by Cam Levers. Good for the first down. To the 38-yard line, a gain of 7, and a Delta first down.
Number 15, Justin Singer.
Nice catch by Levers. If he had been able to stay on his feet, that could have gone for a lot more yardage, but he slid, got the catch, got the first, and a fresh 4 downs. Clock rolling, 4:45 to go, second quarter. It's Eastbrook 21, Delta nothing. Eagles trying to respond here. Hunt, reverse give, sweep left. Wes Wooden cuts it upfield to around the 42, 43-yard line, a gain of around 4 to make it 2nd down.
Number 26, Jackson Nailstock for the Panthers. Gain of 4 on the play.
Make it 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 for the Eagles.
Fifth possession of the night by the Eagles. They have punted twice. They've turned it over twice on second down. Play action, rolling right, throwing, caught out here. That's West who gets the catch. Hunt throws out to the right side. Dawson West with his first catch of the game for a 5-yard pickup. So West adds himself to the receiving core. And it's third and less than 2. A long one. Eagles need to convert from their own 47-yard line here on the near hash. Quarterback sneak again, and the big 6'5" quarterback Hunt just buries himself into his backside of his center, picks up 2 yards on the first down.
There'll be a first down for the Eagles.
Unofficially 6 first downs for the Eagles. They'll get fresh 4 again at their own 49. 3:17 to go before halftime. Panthers defense has been pretty stout in this one. They've played very well in this game tonight at home. Delta on 1st and 10 near midfield. Looking left, throwing left, deep ball. He's got a man out there. Hunt overthrows Levers inside the 25-yard line.
Number 15, Justin Singer had the coverage for the Panthers.
Pass was intended for Cam Levers. Makes it second down and stops the clock. .255 to go before the intermission. Ball right here in front of me at midfield at the Delta 49. Brady Hunt gives to Stitt, sweeps left, cuts it outside, gets to the corner, turns the corner, takes it inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's an 8-yard pickup for Stitt. His best run of the game to make it third and short.
Third down and 2 for the Eagles.
A short 2 yards to go with 2.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. 2 interceptions thrown by Hunt have been key in this game. On 3rd and 2, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Man in motion, reverse give, running room here on the corner. Zach Garner has enough for the first down and then a little more. Garner with a gain of 3. Nice open field tackle by Clay Dalton, but not enough to stop Delta. So Garner picks up 3, and it's 1st and 10 Eagles right on the Eastbrook 40-yard line. Second straight nice drive by the Eagles. Here's a play action rollout this way. Hunt looking over the middle. It's nearly intercepted. He threw into traffic. Man nearly picked it off. It was batted to the ground on a throw intended for Zach Garner. Clock will stop at 1:57 now on 2nd and 10. Dangerous throw into double coverage that time by Hunt, who nearly threw his 3rd pick of the first half. It's kind of on-the-job training when you're a sophomore quarterback leading the varsity. You're going to make some bad throws, and you're going to learn from them. OJT, on-the-job training. Second down, short drop. Hunt throwing a long one down the sideline. He's got a man. It's caught. Taken inside the 10 to the 2. St. John makes the catch on a gain of 38 yards, and Delta will have it 1st and goal on a beautiful catch by St. John. Best play of the night by the Eagles. And it's 1st and goal with 1:45 to go before halftime. Eagles pounding on the door at the Eastbrook 2. Hunt's going to keep it, sneak it, heads for the end zone. Did he get in? Yes, he did. Where's the signal? Touchdown. That took a while. Delta is on the board. 2-yard sneak by Brady Hunt, and Delta has broken the ice with a $1:33 to go before halftime. That caps off a beautiful drive of about 80 yards or so. And Delta will line up and kick it for the PAT. Zach Stanley waiting to kick. Good hold. Kick on the way, nearly blocked. It hooks left. No good. Stanley was under pressure. He couldn't get it through. and Delta will settle for 6. Minute 33 to go before halftime. It's Eastbrook 21, Delta 6 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Eddie Kiesling.
Welcome back to the ball game. Delta cashes in a touchdown on a 2-yard quarterback sneak by Brady Hunt. His first rushing touchdown of the season, but the extra point kick was no good wide left. And now it's going to be Zach Stanley to kick it away to Eastbrook. They've got time and timeouts. Let's see what they do with 1.5 to go first half. Nice long end over end kick taken at the 6-yard line. Starting this way. Fake reverse to the 10. Cutting outside of the 15 to the 18-yard line. Beautiful open field tackle. As Singer brought it forward, and Javon Whitfield was there for Delta to make a great open field tackle on Singer at the Eastbrook 18-yard line. Nice tackle. If he doesn't get there, that one comes down the sideline in a hurry. So 1st and 10 Panthers. They've got 1:26 to work with, leading 21-6. What Delta wouldn't give for a turnover right here on 1st and 10. Bragg at quarterback, keeps it, rolls right, turns it upfield, flag flies in. Probably a blocking penalty of some kind and a gain of about 3 yards, but I think it's coming back. We'll wait on the signal.
We do have a flag on the play.
That'll stop the clock at 1:19. Here comes the official with the signal. Holding against Eastbrook.
Holding is the call against the Panthers.
3rd infraction of the night, and it'll back Eastbrook up all the way inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. Now they're going to put it down at the 10. First and about 18. Now the clock will wind with 1:17 to go. Eagles trying to get a turnover. Here's an inside handoff. No running room at all. Hunt was there. So was Brett Warner to stop the ball carrier. Kirby with the carry. Whistle and a timeout called by Delta to stop the clock with 1:05 to go.
Timeout, Delta.
Eagles take their first timeout. We're going to keep it right here. So Kirby with no gain to bring up 2nd and long for Eastbrook. Panthers scored the first 21 points of this game. A short run, a long pass, and a medium-sized run of 13 yards. Hunt got Delta on the board a short time ago on that 2-yard quarterback sneak that left him 8 yards deep in the end zone holding the ball, and the officials looking for someone to call the touchdown. But they finally got it. And that's where we stand after a missed PAT, a 21-6 game. If you're Chris Overholt, you're trying to get them into a kicking situation here, deep in their territory. With some time on the clock, you could take a shot at a block or set up a return and have about half a minute, maybe, to try to get more points. Coming out of the timeout by Delta. Second down and 18 yards to go. Ball at the 10. Eastbrook needs the 28 to roll it over. 1:05 to go in the first half. Panthers leading this one 21-6. They'll break the huddle. Bragg, the reserve quarterback, is in the calling signal spot now. He'll fake, keep it, cut upfield, running room 15, bounces off a man 20, stays on his feet all the way to the 24. Terrific run, 14 yards.
Was made by number 11, Cameron Levers for the Eagles.
Really well done.
3rd down and 4 for the Panthers.
Clock at 51. Let's see if they snap it and clock it. I don't think they will on 3rd down. They're just going to try to pick it up. They have 3rd and less than 5, about 4 to go. They really don't have to hurry at all. They've got a 15-point lead. Now they're ready. Man in motion, far side. Option play right. Bragg fakes the pitch out, keeps it, but he comes up, I think, short of the stick.
Number 16, Dylan Bragg was the ball carrier.
Short gain. Let's see where they put him down. They're going to give him forward progress to the 29, and that's a first down. Well, that was a kind spot. First down is the 9th of the night unofficially for Eastbrook, and they'll have time for one more snap with 12 seconds to go on the clock as it runs down. At their own 29, they may be content just to let it run out and go to the locker room, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. You hear the fans come to their feet downstairs. It's been a great first half for the Eastbrook Panthers. We've played 24 minutes of football. At intermission, the number 2 and number 4 team in 2A is cruising. At the break, it's Eastbrook 21, Delta 6. Back with a halftime show after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's the geometry teacher who mans the ticket window.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen and store managers who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the graduate who listens to the league championship game on the internet.
It's the parent who sells ads in the school athletic program.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
It's the trainers, equipment managers, and ball boys who never miss a practice.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
High school sports. It's the we that every community needs. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Eastbrook High School. We're at halftime, and it's been all Panthers all night long, a 21-6 game. At intermission as the marching band gets ready to perform its field show. That'll give us a chance to bring you a few minutes of band and crunch a few numbers here at halftime, but the Eagles have a big deficit to chip into if they're going to make a game out of this in the second half. First quarter scoring, there was only one. It belonged to Eastbrook, a 2-yard run for a touchdown by Kiesling. Schultz added the kick to make it 7-0 with 5:51 to go. And it was 7-0 at the end of one, Eastbrook. 3 scores in the second period. Eastbrook on a 44-yard pass from Bragg to Kirby. Schultz with the kick to make it 14-0 at 11:44. At 7:02, Bragg got it into the end zone for Eastbrook on a 13-yard run. Schultz added the kick to make it 21-0. And then just before halftime, Delta's best offensive production of the night, their best drive, a 1:33 before halftime touchdown from Hunt on a quarterback sneak, a 2-yard run to the end zone. The kick attempt was wide left, no good, to make it 21-6. And Eastbrook got the ball back deep in their own territory and just chose to run out the clock, and that's where we are at halftime, a 21-6 game. It's still only a 2-score game. It's anybody's contest, but momentum-wise, it's been all Eastbrook here tonight in their home stadium. We'll let you listen to the band up full for a few minutes and then have more on the halftime show after this.
No denied.
Just like
Well, you hear the nice hand in the background as Eastbrook's marching band puts on a nice halftime show to entertain the fans tonight. Gives them a chance to get better at doing their contest show here at halftime. 21-6 game at intermission. Eastbrook got in front of Delta. We'll take a break. When we come back, the unofficial halftime numbers and a look ahead to quarter number 3 after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's the catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Who do I swim for? I swim on my high school team for my mom, who gets up at 5 o'clock every morning to take me to practice.
I swim for hugs from my teammates, spaghetti dinners, and my lucky neon green goggles.
I swim for Coach Murray, who pushes me to dig deep and finish strong.
More than 7.7 million American teenagers participate in high school sports every year, including about 152,000 here in Indiana. They're all learning essential life lessons, like the importance of hard work, time management, and self-discipline. Skills that are helping them become better leaders and more active, responsible citizens.
Most of all, I swim for myself, because I learn more about who I am and who I want to be every time I dive into the pool. That's who I swim for.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We're at halftime at Eastbrook High School here in Grant County, and at the intermission, it's the hometown Panthers out in front of Delta by a score of 21-6. Unofficially at halftime for Delta, Hunt passing 10 of 19, 111 yards, but 2 costly interceptions. Unofficially receiving, Stitt with 3 catches, Levers with 1, Case with 2, St. John with a beautiful one that set up the Delta touchdown on a 38-yard bomb that he caught and took to the 2-yard line. Lehman with a catch by Dawson West and another one by Bedwell, and that rounds out your total for Delta in the receiving and throwing area. And in the rushing game, not much to write home about at all. Trouble in the run game for Delta in the first half. Unofficially, 13 carries as a team for just 22 yards, not even 2 yards a carry. They've had several negative yardage plays, and they're going to have to iron that out if they're going to have any chance to win this game. You've got to be able to run enough to keep them honest on defense, and the Panthers' defense is pretty darn good, I can tell you that. So you had the ball 5 times in the first half for Delta. They scored on that final possession when they drove 76 yards and took it in the end zone in the hands of Brady Hunt on the quarterback sneak. It's still doable. You could score 2 touchdowns and win this game, but Delta's going to have to play a lot better on the offense and especially in the run game. You look at the damage done by Eastbrook, most of it on the ground. They've only thrown 2 balls all night long for no yards. All their total offense is on the ground, and they're running the ball very well. They've had several big chunk plays. I see a 39. I see a 34. So they've run the ball very well. As the game has gone on, Delta has gotten better at defending Eastbrook. Panthers really took it to Delta in the first quarter, though, when they did most of their damage and early into the second quarter. That's how it's been. Teams are in the locker rooms. We'll go over the scoring one more time for you here before we hit the third quarter. Eastbrook, with the only score in the first quarter, came at 5:51 on a 2-yard run by Kiesling. Schultz with the first of his 3 PATs to make it 7-0. That's where the quarter came to an end. Immediately into the second quarter, Eastbrook strikes on a long one, a 44-yard pass from Bragg to Kirby out of the backfield. He was wide open. Schultz with the kick, 14-zip Eastbrook, 16 seconds into the second quarter. They scored their 3rd straight touchdown. the Panthers did, at 7:02 of the second quarter on a Bragg 13-yard run on a keeper. Schultz' kick again was beautiful, and 21-0 was the score. Eastbrook threatening to make it a blowout. But Delta, with its best drive of the night on its final possession of the second half when they went 76 yards, capped off on a 2-yard quarterback sneak run for a touchdown by Brady Hunt. The kick attempt was wide left, no good, to make it 21-6 with 1:33 left in the second quarter. And Eastbrook took the kickoff and basically burned the clock and ran it out and went to the locker room up 15 points. So anybody's game at this point, but Delta will have to really play better in the second half to make it a threatening night for Eastbrook. We'll take a break. Teams will be back out shortly. We'll be ready for the second half after this timeout on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Keep it right there.
It's the geometry teacher who mans the ticket window.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen and store managers who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the graduate who listens to the league championship game on the internet.
It's the parent who sells ads in the school athletic program.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
It's the trainers, equipment managers, and ball boys who never miss a practice.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
High school sports. It's the we that every community needs. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Brian Beaver back with you at Eastbrook High School along State Road 5, and it's been a good night for the hometown Panthers through the first two quarters, leading this one over Delta 21-6 as we prepare for the third quarter. Both teams are back out on the field going through their quick warm-ups, and will be underway shortly here in the second half. Keep in mind that Eastbrook won the coin toss tonight and deferred. They will get the ball to start things here in the third quarter with a 15-point lead. It's plain and simple. If you're Delta, you got to stop them more often, and you really need to score just about every time you have the ball in the second half. You're not going to have a lot of possessions left. They had 5 in the first half, same number for each team. So you got to figure you're probably going to get the ball 3-4 times, maybe that fifth one if there's some scoring, but you got to make hay when the sun shines here in the third quarter. If you're Delta, you need to stop coming out of this kickoff, and then you need to mount some more offense and try to make this game a little bit tighter for Jeff Adamson and his Eastbrook Panthers. They have looked every bit the number 4 team in 2A football. They came in with that ranking in both the media and coaches polls this week, and they're pretty good. If they get that quarterback of theirs, Mason Hale, healthy again, and he can run the offense all the time, they're going to be a real handful for someone in the state tournament when we get to mid-October. Teams have come to the sidelines. We're just about ready to go. If you don't follow me on Twitter yet, you should. It's free. It's easy, and that's where I keep you updated on a lot of stuff, not just football. Go to Twitter. Follow me at my handle, at Delco Preps. That's where I'll tell you each week where we're going to be. We flex our schedule every week to try to get the best game we can. Next week, we're probably going to be in Royerton for the Delta home game with Shelbyville, but that's not certain yet. That could change. I'll let you know Monday or Tuesday on Twitter where we're going to be a week from tonight. But as it stands, it'll be a good game. I'll guarantee you that. Just about set to go. Delta will come out, bring its kickoff team, its kick cover team, out to the 40-yard line.
To begin the second half, Eastbrook will receive the ball. Kicking off for the Eagles is number
Zach Stanley is the kicker for Delta. He's wearing jersey 88, and he'll put it right down on the T on the X at the 40-yard line. Starting the second half, Delta will be moving right to left. That's east to west here at Eastbrook. There is a slight breeze tonight. It's blowing across the field from where we are on the near side, on the home side, toward the Delta fans across the way. So it'll push the ball to the right of the kicker here, if it does anything. Here's the approach, the boot. It's high, deep, down the middle. It'll be taken on the far hash at about the 8-yard line. Brought this way to the near side. Out across the 20 to the 25, around the 26-yard line. Kiesling with the return, a nice one. And Eastbrook will start this drive at its own 27-yard line.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Panthers on the 27-yard line.
So a big series defensively for Delta here. Can they get off the field? Eastbrook will send Bragg into quarterback again in place of Hale on first down. They'll give it on the left side, around the corner, out across the 30 to around the 35, make it the 36 or 7.
Tackle was made by number 33, Logan.
Bragg on the keeper, 9-yard gain.
It's 2nd down and 1 for the Panthers.
Good-looking runner. Here on second down, running room on the edge to the 50, to the 45, dragged down from behind by Wesley Wooden is Kirby. 24-yard gain and a first down.
It'll be a first down for the Panthers.
What did I say a moment ago about needing to get off the field? 2 big chunk plays on the ground right away by Eastbrook, and they're in business at the Delta 40-yard line. Here's Bragg on the keeper again. This time the Delta defense is not fooled at all. Dawson West in there for the stop and a loss of 2.
Loss of 2 on the play makes it 2nd down and 12 for the Panthers.
Bragg, a pretty good-looking runner as quarterback. Only a junior on 2nd and long. Reverse spin give this way. Delta again with a nice defensive stop on the left side of the Delta defense on a 3-yard gain to the 39, but that'll make it 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Was made by number 33, Logan Drown for the Eagles. Brings up 3rd down and 9 for the Panthers.
So here go the Panthers on 39 at the Delta 39. Man in motion, far side. Quarterback is confused. He comes out from under center. They're going to change the play. Play clock down to 10. Now back under center is Bragg. Man in motion is to the left side. Bragg loads, throws, can't get it. Flag down on the line of scrimmage as well on the incomplete pass by Bragg. We'll see what we have here. That's usually holding territory right along the line of scrimmage. The officials chat about it. They're talking to Delta. That's a good sign that it's against Eastbrook. We'll wait for the official to tell the press box and the rest of the world what is probably going to be holding, and it is, against Eastbrook.
Call against the Panthers.
That's only the 4th flag tonight against Eastbrook, and we've only had that many in the whole game. It's been a relatively clean game in terms of execution and not making penalty mistakes. It's a 10-yard walk-off, and it turns 1st and 10 into, 3rd down now and the better part of 19, 20 yards to go. Ball just on the Eastbrook side of the 50. They need the 30 in Delta territory. Let's see what Bragg does. Split end left. That's across the way far side, but he's only about 3 or 4 yards off his tackle. Play clock at 2. You got to hurry. Here's the snap. Handoff. Kirby has running room. Tripped up as he gets to the secondary.
24, Zane Kirby was
Got about 9 yards, but it'll be way short of the first down. Kirby's a good-looking runner. Talented kid. Gain of 8. And third turns to 4th and 12. Back to punt for only the second time tonight is Eastbrook on a short field at the Delta 42. Eagles deep man is Wesley Stitt at his 10. Let's see what happens. Long snap, good snap to the punter. Nice high twisting spiral. They'll let it hit at the 15. Rolls inside the 10. It's going to roll inside the 5, and it's going to roll out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Delta has a long way to go. We'll take the break. 9:23 to go. 21-6 Eastbrook on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. A first down carry for about 3 yards by Bedwell for Delta brings up 2nd and 7. Deep in their own territory on a fine punt that nailed the coffin lid shut at the Delta 4. Gain of 3 for Bedwell, 2nd and 7 from the Eagles 7-yard line. They've got to take it almost the length of the field, trailing 21-6 here early in the third quarter. Under center, Hunt takes the snap, play action, rolling left. He's in trouble. He's going to keep it in cut up field. Flipped as he's hit around the 10-yard line. That's a tough way to get 4 yards. It'll be third down. Third and 3 for the Eagles. Almost a must convert here at their own 11-yard line. They need to get outside the Delta 14. 8:20 to go, third quarter. Eastbrook 21, Delta 6. Eagles scored on their final possession of the first half. Can they score on their first possession of the second half? They just want 3 yards and rolling it over. Here on 3rd and 3, they hand it straight ahead. They should have the first down. That might have been Pease on the carry. Tough to tell. It's going to be Bedwell instead, and he does take it to the 15-yard line, and he got just enough. He got a yard plus for the first down.
It'll be a first down for the Eagles. 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line.
So Bedwell comes up with the conversion. Unofficially 9 first downs tonight for Delta. Unofficially 10 for Eastbrook. So first and a fresh 4. 10 yards to go for the Eagles at their 15, ball on the near hash. That's the left side of the field as they go right to left. Sweep right. Stitt with a man on the corner. Cuts it upfield. Can't quite get free. Wiggles his way forward for about 2, maybe 3. He tried to use a block by Wesley Wooden, but he couldn't find any daylight. It's a gain of 2 for Stitt to make it 2nd and 8. If the Eagles can keep Eastbrook at 21, they've got a chance to win the game. But they're going to have to score frequently here in terms of the percentage of their possessions to get it done. On 2nd and 8 at the Delta 16. Sweep left side. Wes Wooden on the call. Bang! He is popped on the corner. That was 24 on 24. Kirby on Wes Wooden. 2 freight trains collide at the 21. Nicely done defensively, and way to stick your nose in there, Wes Wooden, to make it 3rd and about 4. Four-yard gain. 3rd and 4. Eagles ball, their own 21. Early second half, trailing by 15. Dropped. No pressure. Throw here in the flat. Caught by Lehman. Skips a man. Turns upfield 30-31 before he's knocked out of bounds. So a completion and a first down. 9-yard gain. Nice running after catch by Lehman. Another first down for Delta. 2 in a row. They've moved the ball out of the shadow of their end zone from the 4 to the 29. 6 minutes to go, exactly halfway through period number 3 in a game that Delta trails Eastbrook 21-6. Near side wide out is St. John. Man in motion, jet sweep, right side. Stitt tries to cut it upfield, but he's tripped up. Another good defensive play, that time by the defender. Drew Cochran came up and put it on him after a gain of only 1. Dental really hasn't had many big plays on the ground. Their big plays have come in the air. On 2nd and 9, St. John goes wide right way across the field. Wide man here on the near side is Cam Levers. On 2nd and 9, man in motion, play action. Now they hand to the last man, misdirection. Out across the 35 to the 36-yard line for Wesley Wooden.
Wesley Wooden was the ball carrier.
Gain of
Tackle was made by number
7 yards.
Devin Bragg for the Panthers.
That'll make it convertible on 3rd and 3.
For the Eagles.
As I said earlier, Delta's gotten a little bit better each time they've had the ball through the game. They've figured it out a little bit offensively, and they've figured it out a little bit defensively. This is a much more even game now than it was early. 3rd and 3 at the Delta 36. Play action, rolling right. Hunt looking downfield. He's got a man. He's got it caught by Bedwell on a leaping catch at the 48-yard line. 12-yard gain, and it's another Delta first down, 3 in a row. Nice catch by Bedwell. Fresh 4 downs at the Delta 48-yard line. This drive began at the 4. Delta has gained 44 yards of offense in this drive. Their last drive of the first half looked good. This drive looks good. Men wide on either side on 1st and 10 at the Delta 48. Man in motion, gives straight ahead to the last man through. Only about a yard, maybe 2, before the black freight train hits Dawson West. Straight ahead gain of 2 to make it 2nd and 8. 2nd and long. Ball right at midfield, the nose just on the Delta side of the 50-yard line. Clock rolling down. 3:50 to go, 3rd quarter in a 21-6 affair. Still anybody's game. St. John wide here near side, near the numbers. Dropping, throwing his Hunt. He's got him out here in the flat, but just off the fingertips, incomplete. A diving attempt by St. John comes up empty. It'll be 3rd and long.
Mason Hale had the coverage for the Panthers. Brings up 3rd down and 8 for the Eagles.
Delta has eaten several minutes of clock. They've moved the ball 46 yards in this possession, but you need points, not yards. One leads to another. 3rd and 8 at midfield. Delta trying to convert again. They've done it 3 times already, and now a whistle and a timeout taken by Chris Overholt. We'll take the break with him shortly. 3:38 to go, 3rd quarter. Eastbrook 21, Delta 6 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
Looking for future leaders we can believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It includes learning to listen, accepting responsibility, being a good role model, and it's about respect. The result, it transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. We're in the 3rd quarter, 3:38 to go here at Eastbrook High School. It's the Panthers out in front of Delta 21-6. Nice drive underway by Delta. They started this possession at their own 4. They've got it 3rd and 8 at midfield. Far side hash right in front of the bench coming out of the timeout. by Chris Overholt. Let's see what they do with it. Hunt will drop, wants to throw. Deep ball, he's got a man open, but it's way overthrown, and it's nearly intercepted, and it should have been an interception in the deep secondary. Eastbrook really made it nice for Delta there, as Kiesling was the only man with a chance to catch it. He got his hands on it, dropped it. Should have and could have been the third interception tonight by Hunt, but it'll bring up 4th down and 8 at midfield. If you're a Chris Overholt, do you go or do you punt? They've proven they can move the ball now, and they're going to go at midfield. 3:33 to go, third quarter. They need 8 yards. Hunt drops. Good protection. Throws far side. It's caught. It's going to be taken to the 30, to the 28-yard line. Great job by Zach Garner. Beautiful throw and catch. Another Delta first down. Wow. They'll spot him down at the 27-yard line. 23-yard gain. That ball was thrown into traffic. Garner did a terrific job of just getting his hands on it. 1st and 10 Eagles. That was the biggest play of the game for Delta. This drive stays alive. It started at their 4. They're now on the Eastbrook 27. 1st and 10. Late third quarter, 21-6 trailers are the Eagles. Garner will take it right side on the sweep. Nothing doing. Might have been no gain at best. That was terrific run after catch by Garner on that completion, though. Eagles trying to creep within potentially 7 points if you could get an 8-point score here, trailing 21-6. 2nd and 10 at the Eastbrook 27. Play action, rolling left. Hunt has time, throwing for the end zone. He's got a man out there. It's knocked out of bounds. Incomplete. Good defense down there on a throw intended for St. John. Well done defensively by Kiesling, who had the defense. He gets the PBU. That brings up 3rd and 10. A great punt by Eastbrook, pinned Delta at its 4-yard line. Since then, they've moved it down the field, right to left, all the way to the 27 in Eastbrook territory. They need to convert here. 3rd and 10. Hunt under center. He'll drop again, looking to throw. Man open here on the near side. It's just off the fingertips of a diving Dalen Case. Makes it 4th and 10. A couple of those out routes by Delta have been literally about the length of the ball too long. Just off target. And that'll get better. That's the 26th pass of the night already, unofficially, by Brady Hunt. And I'll bet he'll throw here on 4th and 10 at the Eastbrook 27. They've driven it 69 yards. Can they get 10 more? Hunt to throw. Swing pass. Caught in the flat. No way. Great open field tackle on a catch by Zach Garner. He got 2 yards. That was all. Eastbrook holds. So a fine drive by Delta, but they come up dry. Eastbrook will start at 1st and 10 at the Panther 25 with 2:11 to go third quarter, still leading 21-6. Bragg is the quarterback. The handoff inside. Kirby with plenty of running room out into the secondary to around the 32-yard line. That's a 7-yard gain and a stop by Wesley Stitt to make it 2nd and short. Kirby has been trouble all night. They'll give it to him right side. He comes to the near sideline, has the first down and more, out across the 40-yard line. To the 41. Another first down by Eastbrook. Minute 42 to go, third quarter, as the Panthers drive it left to right. Man in motion. Handoff is inside. No running room at all. It's going to be a tackle for loss back there. Looks like Pease was there. Bragg kept it, lost 2.
Loss of 2 on the play makes it 2nd down and 12. For the Panthers.
2nd and 12, Panthers. Ball sitting at their own 39. Final minute 15 of the third quarter. Bragg, spin give, sweep right. That looks like Kirby. He meets about 4 defenders, turning the corner. Short gain of about 3, and it'll be 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down and 8.
Kirby has been the workhorse. I've got him unofficially for 16 carries in the game. And with the clock under a minute to go, third quarter, right here in front of their bench, the plays are signaled in. They don't huddle. They line up and run it. Man in motion. Sweep left. It's a keeper. Will it turn to an option? He pitches to the man late. Not enough, though. Got about 2, maybe 3 yards on the option play. Know if that was Singer. It was Singer, who got about 2. So make it 4th down. 6 yards to go for Eastbrook at their own 45. Clock winding down to the final 15 seconds in the period. They'll probably let the clock run out, flip the field, and punt it on 4th and 6. Looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. We've played 36 minutes of football here in Grant County. We'll go to the 4th quarter in this one. Eastbrook, 21. Delta 6. Back with more after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We're back in Marion, suburban Marion, east of town, east of Interstate 69 on Indiana 5 here at Eastbrook High School. Beautiful facility, artificial turf, and it's 4th down and 6 to start the 4th quarter for Eastbrook at the Panthers' own 45-yard line. Very likely to line up and punt here. They've punted it twice in the game, once in each half. They're going to do it again. Zane Schultz, the place kicker, also the punter. The line of scrimmage, the 45-yard line. This will be his 3rd punt of the night. Stitt waiting for it at the Delta 20. No rush, plenty of time to kick. High, twisting, turned over spiral. Stitt's going to catch it and return it. Takes it far side to the 15, and that's it. Nice open field tackle by Eastbrook. Credit for the stop goes to Zeke Binkard on a great open field tackle, and Delta has bad field position yet again at their own 11, make it 16-yard line. So Delta's had the ball twice now in the second half. They've had it at their 4 and now at their 16. Tells you part of the story in this one. Still anybody's game, though. Nearly 12 minutes to go. Delta trying to get within a touchdown. They need a score and a drive. Throw over the middle. Right in stride. Beautiful strike. Outside the 30 to around the 34-yard line. Give the catch to Dalen Case. That's a gain of 17. Nice catch on the dead run by Case. 1st and 10 Eagles. They need to sustain a drive. They've got a fresh 4 downs at their own 33. They're going to throw the ball a lot more this year, I told you earlier, didn't I? This will be the 29th throw the next time they put it in the air. Hunt under center, wideouts, 3 here on the near side. He's going to throw near side. It's in and out of the hands of Stitt. He tried to catch it diving toward the ground. It'll be 2nd and 10. That route and that throw has given Hunt the most trouble tonight. They've missed on that kind of throw, on the roll and the throw in the flat, about 4 or 5 times. And if they can learn to connect that throw, Delta's going to be pretty good. 2nd and 10. Eagles ball, their own 33. We're down to 11:15 to go in the game. 21-6 Eastbrook. Delta trying to do something about it. Handoff is straight ahead. Bedwell running room to the secondary. He's out near the stick. A nice run by Bedwell, who got enough for the first down. He picked up 11 yards straight up the middle.
First down to the Eagles.
Unofficially,
On the 44-yard
14 first downs in the game by the Eagles. They'll have a fresh 4 at their own 44. Clock just under 11 minutes to go, trailing by 15. They need a score. Hurry. Hunt, straight ahead give. Bedwell right up the gut again, this time for 9 more yards as he just gobbles up yardage. They're going to give him, let's say 8. 8 and make it 2nd and 2. Bedwell showing some nice burst here in the run game. They've gone straight up the middle twice now and kind of exposed Eastbrook's interior as the soft spot. They're great at pursuing to either side, though. 2nd and 2. The 47 of Eastbrook. Movement on the line. No flag. They got back okay. Handoff comes straight ahead. It's going to be Dawson West. Somebody's lid came off of an Eastbrook player. Ball carrier goes to the 44-yard line. A gain of 4 and a first down. Eagles might have found something here inside with the running game. They move the ball to the Eastbrook 44. Just under 10 minutes to go now. 1st and 10 Eagles, trailing 21-6. Jalen Case closest to me, wide right. Hunt gives it straight ahead. This time some tough running inside. That might have been Dawson West. It was, who picked up 3 tough yards. 2nd and 7. If Delta can get a touchdown on this trip, even if they only kick and take 1 on the extra point, it would be a 1-possession game. Eagles break the huddle, bring them up on 2nd and 7 at the Eastbrook 41. Twin wideouts here near side. Lehman is the farthest out. He delays, takes off, throw down the middle. It's incomplete. Intended for Wesley Wooden at around the 35.
Number 18, Mason Hale had the coverage for the Panthers. Brings up
That's the 30th pass in the game by Brady Hunt. It'll make it 3rd and 7 with 9:09 to go in regulation. Delta's only touchdown capped off their sustained drive in the first half, 2-yard quarterback sneak by Brady Hunt. On 3rd and 7 from the Eastbrook 41, probably 4-down territory. Play action, rolling right, near side, looking to throw. It's tossed into the flat, caught. Now they're going to say, is it incomplete? Coach says incomplete. They're going to rule it a good catch by Dawson West, but only a gain of about a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Tackle was made by number 26, Jackson Ailstock for the Panthers.
Make it 4th down and 7. Better part of 7. If you don't get 7 complete, you're not going to roll it over. So really, you must go here if you're Delta, and you really need to convert. Call your best play, run it, and see what happens. Ball just inside the Eastbrook 41 with 8:28 to go in the game. Eastbrook leading 21-6. Under pressure, Hunt escapes twice. He's going to keep it. Roll it upfield to the 40, to the 35. He's going to be short. Picked up 5, maybe 6 on the keeper. He had to get rid of the pass idea and take it upfield. He got 5, but he needed 7. Eastbrook holds.
1st and 10 on the 36-yard line.
So the Panthers defense stiffens to the challenge, and they stop Delta at their own 36. Big defensive play. The pressure by the pass rushers is really what made all of that happen. So with 8:13 to go in the game, the Panthers take the ball, leading by 15, and they'll give it straight ahead. I think that's Kirby. He breaks it outside. He's still on his feet. He might go to the house. 30, 20. Ball comes out. Fumble. Delta's on top of it at the 15-yard line. Major mistake.
Number 25, Drew Cochran, the ball carrier. There was a fumble on the
Drew Cochran Great run. Takes it all the way to the Delta 15, but coughs it up, and it's a turnover. 49-yard run, but to no avail. Delta gets a break. 8 minutes exactly left in the game. Delta ball at its own 15. Field possession doesn't matter in football. Oh, well. 1st and 10 Delta. Play action, rolling right, looking deep. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man at St. John. Nearly caught on a dive near midfield. A long one, just, again, a foot off mark.
28, Eddie Kiesling for the Panthers.
Unbelievable.
2nd down and 10 for the Eagles.
Field possession game, Delta has had the ball 3 times in the second half, starting at their own 4, their own 16, their own 15. They've had plenty of offense in between the 20s. Not enough so far, trailing 21-6 on 2nd and 10. Hunt under center. Drops, looks in the flat, has a man open. Wes Wooden has it, gets banged, stays on his feet. He's still on his feet out across the 30-yard line. 16-yard gain on a great run after catch play by Wes Wooden for the Delta 1st down. Wow.
It'll be a 1st down for the Eagles on the 31-yard line.
Unbelievable. Eagles have it at their own 31 now. Moving left to right, ball on the near hash right in front of us here at Eastbrook. Panthers out in front 21-6. Hunt drops, has time, throws right side. It's just underthrown by about a yard at the 40, intended for Dalen Case. 34 pass attempts tonight, unofficially by Brady Hunt. We still have 7:21 to go.
Makes it 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles.
2nd and 10 for the Eagles at their own 31. Now the clock's starting to become a real factor. Even if you can drive the ball down the field for 4 or 5 minutes and get a score, you've eaten most of the clock. Look for some kind of big strike by the Eagles at their own 31 on 2nd and 10. Hunt, short drop, looking to throw, hit in the backfield. He's going to be sacked at the 20-yard line.
Number 16, Brady Hunt with the ball carrier. Tackled by number 60, Jake Donaldson.
Jake Donaldson with the solo stop for a sack all the way back at the Delta 21. That's a 10-yard loss.
Brings up 3rd down and 20 for the Eagles.
3rd and 20. Fantastic play that time on defense. Panthers have really been good at coming up with what they need when they need it. 3rd and 20. Delta needs a couple big ones. Hunt drops looking for a big one. Throws it deep down the far sideline. He's out there, and it's incomplete on a great play by the safety coming over the top to knock it away. He was wide open. The ball was underthrown. If he throws that on the money, it's a touchdown. Levers was 2 yards behind the cornerback, but the safety made a great break on the ball to knock it away. 4th and 20. Eagles have to go. I don't know how you punt here and still win the game. So I think they're going to go on 4th and 20 from their 21. 6.5 minutes left in the game, 6:33 to be exact. St. John wide near side, another one wide across the way. Hunt has to convert, throws it deep down the middle, it's incomplete. Pass intended for Zach Garner at around the 37-yard line. We've got a flag on the play. It's at the line of scrimmage, probably going to be a hold. It is a hold against Delta. It's going to be declined. That gives Eastbrook the ball at the Delta 21. So another drive comes up empty for the Eagles, and now they have to have a stop here and quick to have any chance to win the game. 6:29 remaining in the 4th quarter. It's a 21-6 contest. Panthers are in the driver's seat right here. If they score here, the game is probably over. And they know it. On 1st and 10, it looks like Bragg is back in at quarterback. Man in motion, jet sweep left side, turning the corner at the 20, down to the 15. Run out of bounds and around
Number
to the 15.
Justin Singer was the ball carrier, tackled by number 4, Tyler Gillen for the Eagles. Gain of 8 on the play makes it 2nd down and 2 for the Panthers.
8-yard gain for Binkard. Second and 2. Line of scrimmage is the Delta 13-yard line. Eagles have to get away with a stop here. Handoff up the middle. Taken down to the 10, inside the 10 to around the 8-yard line. Should be enough for a first down.
Tackle was made.
Cochran on the carry.
Mason Hunt for the Eagles.
He's got it down to the 9-yard line.
First down for the Panthers.
First and goal.
From the 9-yard line.
.550 to go in the game. Eagles cannot allow a score here. Eastbrook about to pound the nail in the coffin. Handoff straight up the gut, down around the 5-yard line. Kiesling got the call on the carry. Picked up about 4 yards. They're going to split him at the 6, so it's a 3-yard gain. Make it 2nd down.
It'll be 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line for the Panthers.
Panthers are doing exactly what they ought to do here. They're milking the game clock as it runs down. Play clock is at 15. They'll take their sweet time. They're in the driver's seat with a 21-6 lead. From the Delta 6-yard line. Bragg under center, looks at the defense, takes the snap. They'll sweep it left side, cuts it upfield. Is he going to get to the end zone? No. Good defensive stand. Singer on the carry. Pease on the stop. He is a man's man, I'll tell you that. They'll give him a gain of 2 to the 4-yard line. 3rd and goal. 4:40 remaining in the game. Eastbrook scored all 21 of its points in the first 17 minutes of the game. Silent ever since, but maybe not for long. Handoff inside. Delta stopped him again.
Number 28, Eddie Kiesling.
Kiesling couldn't get in the end zone. He got it to around the 2. It'll be 4th and goal.
34, Brady Pease for the Eagles.
Pease on the stop again for the Eagles. He had 11 tackles last week in that win over Muncie Central. Probably that many again tonight. He and Hunt have been playing in inside linebacker together for a long, long time, years. Going back to middle school, probably farther. And on 4th and goal at the 2, Delta has to stop him with under 4 minutes to go. Man in motion this way. He resets. Now a flag goes flying. Did somebody jump or was it procedure? Encroachment against Delta. Well, that'll get you another yard. I have that unofficially as the first penalty of the night against Delta. It's a 1-yarder, and now it's 4th and goal from the 1 instead of the 2, with 3:41 to go in the 4th quarter, and Eastbrook holding the ball in a 21-6 lead. Pease has had 2 stick stops in a row. Can he come up with another? Will they just sneak it? Bragg under center. They're going to sweep it right. Heading for the pylon. Can he get there? Yes! Touchdown.
Number 28, Eddie
Kiesling on the second effort for a tough 1-yard touchdown as he raced to the pylon, got hit, still bounced off and barely got it in the end zone, but it's good for another Eastbrook touchdown, and that should about seal this one for the Panthers. On to try the PAT. Schultz. Kick, up, kick, good. 3:21 left in this one. It's all but over now. It's Eastbrook 28, Delta 6 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Indiana are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. Delta trailing now 28-6. They need a bunch in a hurry. Kick on the way. Delta to return it with Stitt, taking it at the 11. Straight up to the field to the 20, 25. Breaks outside, got daylight. 45, 50. Down the sideline. A long return all the way to the 39-yard line. Great return by Wesley Stitt. They're going to mark him down at the 40. Best return of the night for Wes. Beautiful. About 50 yards. And Delta in business at the Eastbrook 40. This is the first time in the second half Delta has started a drive in Eastbrook territory. But, man, you got to score fast and furious now to make this a game again with 3:12 left, trailing 28-6. They're going to throw it all over the yard, I have a feeling. 1st and 10, wideouts either side for Hunt. Puts a man in motion. Play action. Straight drop. Throwing down the middle. He's got a man open. In and out of the hands of Dalen Case, and a flag flies in. Probably going to be pass interference. Looked like a pretty clean play. The flag's sitting at the 16-yard line. If that's against Eastbrook, it'll be a first down for Delta. Waiting on the signal from the man in the white hat. It is pass interference against Eastbrook. That was pretty well defended. I'm not sure about that one, but Delta will certainly take it. 25-yard line now. 1st and 10 Eagles. Clock sitting at 3:08 as they move the sticks, and we're ready to go. Line of scrimmage, the Eastbrook 25. Delta trailing by 22 points. Hunt dropping, looking, man running toward the pylon. It's Garner. It's overthrown, incomplete by about a yard.
Brady Hunt's pass was incomplete. Number 81, Luke Bourne, had the coverage for the Panthers.
2nd and 10. 28-6 game. Late here in the 4th quarter. Delta trying to tighten it up a little bit, but man, when you need 22 points in 3:02, that's a tall order to fill. It's not impossible. I've seen stranger things, but everything has to go your way for this to turn into a Delta win. Trailing 28-6 on 2nd and 10 at the Eastbrook 25 ball on the near hash. Hunt the drop, under pressure, flushed, rolling, hit as he throws, ball loose, it's on the ground. Eastbrook is on it. They're going to rule it a fumble. And the Eastbrook Panthers have the ball at their own 34-yard line.
Jake Donaldson for the Panthers.
Fumble -9 for Hunt. And that's going to outdo it.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the
Panthers get the ball back. It'll be run out the clock time with 2:56 to go. Not sure who it was for the Panthers who came clean on the backside, but he really pasted him. And it's 1st and 10, Panthers at their 34 with a 22-point lead. Option play right side. Bragg is going to be content to just run down the line of scrimmage, take the tackle, no gain.
Tackle was made by number 24, Wesley Wooden for the Eagles.
Credit for the stop going to Wesley Wooden, who came up from his defensive back spot. They're going to give him -1 on that carry. Second and 11. Clock rolling again at 2:18. Panthers are going to win this one, barring a miracle. Man in motion. Handoff straight ahead to the fullback, who takes it out around the 39-yard line. Cochran got the carry, picked up about 6 yards. Make it 3rd down and 5 with 1:50 to go in the game. Clock rolling down to the eventual victory for Eastbrook. Panthers have won a lot of football games for Jeff Adamson, and they're going to win another one tonight with $1:35 to go. On 3rd and 5, sweep left. Here comes the ball carrier, cuts it upfield. He's got enough for the 1st down all the way to the 48-yard line. Singer with another big gain, picks up 9, another 1st down. So this ought to about do it. Final minute 20 at the 49, Eastbrook ball, Eastbrook territory. Going to the victory formation with the fullback a good 8 yards behind the center. It's just snap it, knee -1 from here on out. Unless you're new pal or someone with no class, and that would be no class, and they're going to take a knee. As they do. And that's what they ought to do. Well done. Knee -1. They may spot it and snap it one more time. We'll wait and see. Terrific performance tonight. You hear the fans here on the home side giving it up for their kids. They've played a great game. They will snap it one more time from the 48-yard line. Going to be a 2-0 start in 2018 for Eastbrook. They may move up in the poll again next week. This is a convincing win. They'll milk the play clock right down to the final second. It's at 3, and they'll snap it and take a knee. There it goes. Snap -1 for Bragg, and that's going to be it in this one. Nice win tonight for the Eastbrook Panthers. They take the best that Delta can throw at them and win this game 28-6.
Eastbrook 28, Delta.
We'll be back
6.
with the post-game show after this on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. You stay right there.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's the geometry teacher who mans the ticket window.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen and store managers who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the graduate who listens to the league championship game on the internet.
It's the parent who sells ads in the school athletic program.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
It's the trainers, equipment managers, and ball boys who never miss a practice.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
High school sports. It's the we that every community needs. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Indiana. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. They're so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do.
You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Eastbrook High School. This one goes in the books in week 2, and it belongs to the hometown Eastbrook Panthers, who beat Delta tonight by a final score of 28-6. Quick look at the scoring recap. First quarter, Eastbrook got the scoring underway at 5:51. A 2-yard run by Eddie Kiesling. Schultz kick hit the left upright, went through anyway for a 7-0 lead, and that's where the period came to a close. 11:44 of the second quarter. Again, Eastbrook, this time a bomb, a 44-yard pass from Bragg to Kirby. Schultz with the kick, 14-0 Panthers at that point. Eastbrook scores again with 7:02 to go second quarter on a 13-yard run by the backup quarterback Bragg. He did a nice job tonight, Dylan did, and took it in on the keeper. Schultz with the kick, 21-0 Eastbrook. It looked like the Avalanche was coming down the hill, but Delta did something about it. Their best sustained drive of the night late in the second quarter, capped off by a 2-yard quarterback sneak touchdown run by Brady Hunt. The kick was wide left, no good. At 1:33 of period 2, it was 21-6 Eastbrook. That's where they would go to the locker room. Only one score in the second half of this game, and it belongs to Eastbrook. They held Delta late in the fourth quarter, deep in Eagle territory. They got the ball back and went 21 yards on the drive. A 1-yard Kiesling run capped it off. Schultz kick was good, 28-6 with 3:21 remaining, and that's where this one came to a close. Unofficially in the stat book, the biggest stat of the night is for Delta in the passing department. Unofficially, Brady Hunt went 17 for 37, 191 yards unofficially, 2 interceptions that were costly, especially the second one, and Delta just has too little too late to get it done here tonight in this one in Grant County. With the win, Eastbrook will improve to 2-0 going to their conference season. They will start their league play in the CIC next Friday at Madison Grant. Delta will take a 1-1 record into their Hoosier Heritage Conference opener at home against Shelbyville next Friday at 7:30. That's the likely Beaver Media Delco Preps channel game of the week next week, but we'll nail that down for you Monday or Tuesday, and I'll announce that on my Twitter feed at Delco Preps. So a tough night for Delta. They looked really good in a couple drives. They just couldn't sustain enough, and they lose tonight to the 2A number 4 Eastbrook Panthers on the road. The final score for the final time, Eastbrook 28, Delta 6. For all of us at Beaver Media, I'm Brian Beaver. Thanks for joining us tonight. Come back again a week from tonight for more high school football on the Delco Preps channel. Until then, have a great night and a terrific weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week.